Alright, let's get to cooking up for Drake. Thinking something more in like the search and rescue kind of vibe. Now with this style, it's more about being super minimal with the sound selection. Not a huge amount of sounds, it's just being creative and doing the most with those sounds. I'm gonna try to do this with stock plugins or free ones, just so it's easier for you guys to follow along. First thing we're gonna start with is a piano. So I'm gonna jump into Decent Sampler. It's kind of like a free version of Contact. It's pretty sick actually. There's this website called Piano Book and they've just got like all of these different bags for it. Most of them are free. So let's just try one of these pianos. Let's just start off with something, man. We're in C sharp minor. The keys with this is to go for that dark vibe. So anything with these little semitones next to each other is a good start. Well, that's kind of hard. More of like a stabby piano. It's kind of catchy. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now let's mess with the velocities. We want to go for that realistic kind of vibe still, so make sure we're just staying on that vibe. The thing with these minimal melodies is not to overthink it. Keep it nice and open, man. We're only doing half the work here, remember. We need to make sure there's space for a rapper to jump on it. So I'm liking this vibe, man. Render and replace it. And then we're just going to mess with the pitch. Let's try it up a couple of cents. It's kind of cool. Let's try this effect called Sketch Cassette. It's just going to warp the sound a little bit. That's kind of hard. Okay, let's turn it to stretch. I'm just going to turn the tempo down a little bit. Let's bring that across, make a separate pattern, and then we're just going to add one tiny top line with the piano. Keep it super simple, super spacey, just something to keep the beat going. So we'll come back into that Decent Sampler. Let's bring that across a little bit. It's very simple, but it's just going to be something to kind of just add a bit more flavor, a bit more energy as the beat progresses. Randomize those as well. I'm going to pitch them down too before we bounce it out and just bring it back down again, just so we're messing with the sound still. That's kind of wavy, man. Real quick melody to begin this. Then honestly just to go with some drums, establish a bounce, and then we can just add real tiny subtle top melodies. So I'm going to jump into this kit I've been working on. This kit's going to be insane. It's going to be called the Zenith Bundle. It's going to have some crazy kits in there, man. Like in this one, I want to like mess with all the sounds as well, just make them kind of like mesh together. Like, so I've got this hi-hat, I'm going to turn it to stretch, but I'd like just messing with the length. Yeah, keeping it on stretch just allows you to change the length of the sound, but the sound will still play for the same amount of time, if that makes sense. So it just warps the sound a little bit. And then we'll just two-step it. Just randomize them a tiny bit. I think that piano, because it's so like jolty and high pitched, kind of wants pitching down a little bit, especially with that top line that I put in earlier. Yeah, that's harder. Okay, let's find a snare. Yeah, I want something like a little bit different sounding. This one sounds quite cool. Maybe that one instead. What if we half-time that piano as well? Could be a little bit too busy for a rapper. I could look. Just bring the pitch back up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's get a bass. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Yeah, I like the pattern. Super simple, kind of repetitive. We can have variation as the beat progresses. One thing I don't like about this 808 is that it kind of cuts, and I want more control over that. So we could even just try and convert this 808 to more of like a subby sound. I'm going to come into the sound, just open it up in Edison. Shout out to my guy Aiden Fenway for the source on this one. So we're going to find a 0 cross part, just where it intersects the middle. Find another section further on in the sample. Just like over here, like that. Control and L. Yeah, turn the length up, turn the snap up, so it's nice and smooth. Yeah, accept. And then we'll just bring this sound back into the pattern maker. Make sure loop points is turned on. And now we can just use this as a sub. Yeah, it's kind of hard. And we'll add these little like stops between each key, just so it's a bit more humanized. Yeah, keep it simple. And in this last little pocket, we can find a different 808 to just add some different variation in the low end, man. The key for this is just to keep it simple, but keep all these sounds memorable. Maybe something like this. Yeah, like that. Okay, now similar to search and rescue, we want to go with some like sharp open hat, something thin. Yeah, this one I think. We could even mess with the panning of these. One to the left, one to the right. I'm adding these like muted notes right here just so we can cut the open hat when we want it to. If you want like full control over it, you can just come into the sound, come to the envelope, turn the attack down, hold up, everything else down. But for workflow reasons, I just do it in the MIDI pan. One last sound for the drums is like a nice perk, like shaker sound. Or even a chant. Kind of mess with the sound again. Stretch, mess with the length. Pitch. Like that. That's hard. Okay, let's jump back into the melody. I want to add a few little textures, one takes, like little small riffs, just to add a little bit of tension, a little bit of like different textures to the melody. I'm thinking just something really weird. We could even just go into a stock plugin like Poison, however you say it. Yeah, that could work. Oh, just 2 notes, man. That's all it needed. Some reverb on that too. So in terms of the bounce, man, I think we're kind of there. Similar to the search and rescue, there's a part where there's like a real weird like vocal choir.
I saw it on the internet.
It just sounds crazy. We can try and recreate that. This one could work. Yeah, if we just drew like one long note, pull that in, render and replace it. Just take like a section where it's like a full whack. Take this section, just hit on the clap. Yeah, something like that, but then let's put it into the mixer, filter it a little bit. And then we'll put a little altar boy on it, just make it sound a bit like deeper. Take the formant down. And then we can actually duplicate it, make this one unique, and then we'll just run it through a separate track. Just gonna bring the mixer preset over to this one as well. But with the altar boy, we'll just make it squeakier. Like that. That's kind of fire. Alright, so I've just taken this piano, dropped it down a whole octave. Now, whoever did this with the beat is a genius. They dropped this down an octave, but they kind of like switched the vibe up with the low end still, and they brought the bass up an octave. It just keeps you guessing, man. So I'm gonna like just try and do this with this pan. Put a little bit of a gap in between these notes. And then we could even come into that secondary 808, fill that little gap that we just left. And there we go. Yeah, that sounds sick. I'm going to come into my most recent bundle kit, the Anthurium kit. Got this FX kit that I put together with these cool textures. Yeah, like something like rain would sound sick. Just filter it out a little bit. Turn it down. Yeah, I like the switch up right here, but I think just to make that 808 come in nicer, we're just gonna like give it a little chop. Bring this one across. So it's like da 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 da. There we go. Yeah, sick, man. I'm thinking just a kick as well, something that's not too frequent. Could like offset it like it does in Search and Rescue. Come back into the Zenith bundle. That sounds pretty clean. It's gonna be like the most simple kick pattern ever. Oh. That's it. Little crash just to see this through, maybe a riser. Yeah, it's one of my favorite crashes. Same with the riser. Keep it subtle. Cool, man. Got ourselves a full beat right there. Yeah, then that's it.
LLB.
The hook. Weird vocal comes in. high 808, low piano. That chant sounds crazy. That snare's snappy as well. Here we got a verse right here. Yeah, second part of the verse. Yeah, that's a vibe. Yeah, let me know if you're feeling this one. Let me know what you want to hear down in the comments. Keep your eye open for the Zenith bundle. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.